Brittany Alvarado here with Dan Lauletta. We are at Yersak Field. Sky Blue FC and Houston Dash getting the same result as last time when they met, a 1-1 tie. Haley Hogsma came into the game, scoring her first professional goal off the head of Kristen Grubka on a corner kick. Let's talk about that. It's pretty exciting for Haley Hogsma to get her first professional goal.
Sure is. She said she was assigned to the near post, and that's what she did, and Kristen Grubka got ahead on the corner kick. Tried to put it on frame, but it went the other way. Unfortunately, Hogsma was there for her first professional goal.
And it's kind of a curse because Sky Blue do not convert any more goals after Hogsma scored that. But defensively, Sky Blue looking very, very solid. Brittany Cameron coming up huge once again with a big PK save at the end, but Houston converting in the 86th minute to tie the game 1-1.
You know, defensively for Sky Blue, I know everybody loves Christy Rampone here, but Lindsay Kutzall and Kristen Grubka really look like a center-back pairing that can do this together for a long time. They've got very good chemistry together, and I thought they both had outstanding games today, as did Kim DeCesar, who was playing up top. But DeCesar was tracking back on all the dash set pieces and got her head on an awful lot of those. Unfortunately for Sky Blue, the last 15 minutes of the match, they kind of let up a little bit. Maybe that's partially because they're under so much pressure. They've never scored this season 2 goals in a game. It's not easy to defend a 1-0 lead for what would have been 78 minutes in stoppage time if they went all the way through. So Sky Blue needs to lean on the mentality of trying to see games out. I did ask Jim Gabera post-game if he had one training session ahead of his next match, would he choose to work on seeing out the games or finishing chances, and he said finishing chances. They need absolutely desperately to start scoring more than 1 a game.
Now, Brittany Cameron, even though on paper the games are ties and losses, she has been quite stellar for Sky Blue. Like I said, coming up with a big PK save and a lot of great point-blank range saves. Brittany Cameron's a great keeper, but definitely coming up unlucky in these matches.
Well, she also had one where Brittany Bach got her head on one, and Cameron just barely got her fingertip on it. I think it went off the crossbar and then up and over, and she's very aggressive, and she plays a very dangerous sort of style. And you saw last week in Boston, she came out to get her hand on one, and she did, but didn't get it cleared out enough. She was very good tonight with her punches, putting them into places where the opponent couldn't get on them. So it's been a really good season for Brittany Cameron, who's under more pressure than she's been under before because there's no Jill Lloyden sitting behind her anymore.
Someone else got on the board with their first professional goal. Allie Bailey, who is actually an amateur, scored her first goal of the game, and it was pretty big.
Sure was. After the Dash missed the penalty, you're thinking, well, now Sky Blue maybe gets this win, 1-0. We were saying on the broadcast that with 5 or 7 minutes to go, it's not time to worry about how many goals you score. You need 3 points, and Sky Blue needed 3 points, but Allie Bailey was aggressive, running onto a rebound. The play was on the other side. Ohio, I believe, started it with a cross. Bailey ran onto it, and first professional goal, even though she's currently on amateur status with the Dash. But she, like a lot of the other amateur call-ups in the league, have been very welcome additions, and some of them, I believe, will eventually earn contracts to play.
Now, Houston is definitely in better position than Sky Blue in the NWSL standings. So looking forward, there's one more game before the World Cup break. What do you hope to see out of both Sky Blue and Houston?
Well, the Dash are going home to play the Portland Thorns, who they beat 1-0 last weekend, and really an outstanding game for them. Portland is winless in 5 now, which is a club record. So the Dash, if they can get 3 points out of that, will really be in good shape into the World Cup break. Sky Blue goes out to Seattle, who they've played pretty tough for the most part the last year and a half, though they don't have any wins to show for it. And the Reign are also struggling. Sky Blue has a week off. After that, there's a mini break and then a week off, so they're going to want to go into that on points, and they need to start collecting points, or it's going to get away from them again in the standings.
Well, that's it for us from here at Yersak Field. Houston Dash and Sky Blue tie 1-1. We'll see you next home game.